Greetings, YouTube. As in many places in the Western world, right now schools are out. And it seems to be that this is a high danger time for women being trafficked out of the UK and other countries into less developed areas for forced marriages. A charity in the UK known as Karma Nirvana has suggested if a girl thinks that she is in danger of being trafficked out of their country to be put into a forced marriage, to place a spoon inside their underwear. Yes, this sounds bizarre. The reasoning is that the spoon, being metal, will set off a metal detector and require a sensitive area search, which means the woman will be taken away from her family into a private chamber with a female attendant who will then do a search of her without being in public view. And this would give the girl an opportunity to speak to this, say, I think I am at risk of being trafficked out of the country. Please help me. Now, this is a clever idea. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. But I think it's a sign of how desperate these girls are if they're turning to people like the TSA, or the UK version of the TSA, in an attempt to keep themselves from being trafficked out of the country and put into a forced marriage with a stranger. Now, I'm opposed to forced marriage. I'm opposed to arranged marriages. I know someone at my company who is essentially in an arranged marriage. His parents have decided that he's going to marry this particular girl, and eventually when he gets to an economic position where his family is happy with that, they're going to ship this woman from his country of origin to America so he can marry her. And he doesn't really have any say in the matter. Now, that's not as bad as being the woman being pushed into the forced marriage. This particular person is a decent guy. So, she could be doing a lot worse in some ways, but she could be doing a whole lot better, say, marrying the person that she loves. But a lot of the cases in these forced marriages, you're getting girls that are very young, some as young as like 11 and 12, being forced into marriages with complete strangers of males that are far older, and that could be in their 40s and 50s, because that is considered traditional in the culture that they are a member of. Now, I know that a lot of these situations in the modern world are being done within the Muslim community. Well, this isn't a religious issue so much as a traditional issue. That the cultures that practice this before Islam entered their sphere of influence. And that if Islam were to fade and the next religion were to take its place, that this could still continue. That they may be using Islam as an excuse for it, just as Christianity has been used to justify treating the poor like lesser human beings, slavery, women not having any rights. You get the point. That religion is being used as an excuse to justify a cultural tradition that has existed prior to the religion itself, or at least prior to the religion being introduced in that particular area. Now, as you can probably gather, I'm against traditional marriages like this, traditional marriages, forced marriages. I think that they are unethical, immoral, and should be illegal. And the term trafficking is the exact proper term to use in this. They are trafficking a human being from one country to another to put them essentially into slavery. And that should be illegal, it is unethical, and it is immoral. I hope that this plan from this charity organization works. I hope that it can keep any one girl out of forced marriage, and it would be worth it. I hope for them, and I wish them the best of luck. And I hope that someday we advance to the point where, regardless of the justification for such an absolutely abhorrent concept as forced marriage, whether it's cultural or religious, that we move past this. That we take the startlingly, horribly radical concept that if you're going to marry someone, you should marry someone you actually love.